New data shared with ITV News appears to confirm what many women drivers have long suspected. They get a worse deal from the motor trade. 1,000 female motorists took part in the research, with most saying they don't trust garages and that they'd be treated better if they were accompanied by a man. One insider told us that women are treated like an easy target for overcharging. Here's our consumer editor, Chris Troy.
Dealing with the motor trade and its bills can make anybody anxious, but new figures given to ITV News suggest it can be worse for women. Penelope Silva hasn't driven her car for so long you can spot the cobwebs. She was unhappy with the repair garage, and what's so damning for this sector is that, like many women, she thinks it's better if you're accompanied by a man.
It's left me feeling a little bit duped, a little bit frustrated, definitely, because obviously I've spent this £300 on the car and now I can't really drive the car. I don't think they've done me any favours whatsoever, and I kind of think that had my dad been there with me, this probably wouldn't have happened.
So, is this a far wider problem? Have the sectors that sell and repair cars themselves got a problem that needs fixing? Researchers spoke to 1,000 women drivers, and the results have led some people to call for changes in the law. The new survey of female motorists has been given exclusively to ITV News. 77% don't trust garages. More than half believe they'll be treated better if they're accompanied by a man. And 61% now support the idea of a specific new law to protect female customers from overcharging in this sector. In Manchester, Zoe Coggs started her own repair garage after seeing how female customers are so often treated by this trade.
You know, there's times where on the initial factor of bringing the car in, they've been quoted 10 hours, just say for example, and we've managed to fix it a lot sooner. But because that customer is already set with the 10 hours and is okay with paying the 10 hours, they've then not told them. If they went in with a partner, for example, it would be a whole different story. I've seen that quite a lot, but women are normally treated as an easier target.
In decades gone by, garages often felt like a male domain, with calendars of naked women seen as virtually standard. But how much have things really changed? Garage owners like this have worked hard to transform the industry's reputation, but even here a big problem remains. Very few women apply to work as mechanics.
And we would only be too happy to take a female mechanic on, or technician, as we call them now.
Do you think there are any out there, though, to be recruited?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
So there's clearly a recruitment issue for the sector as a whole?
You could say that, and that could sort of, you know, stem from right from sort of school leavers, college leavers.
And that recruitment imbalance means women drivers like Caroline Balanska face a motor trade that's still predominantly male. And she started using this garage after bad experiences elsewhere.
You still feel that you're being spoken down to. If I ever go anywhere with my husband, I'm absolutely ignored. It will be my husband that's spoken to. So we're not spoken to as a couple, it's just there's one person there to talk to.
Today's new data shows some female customers are so fed up they want specific new laws to stop garages overcharging women.
Whether it's down to having a new law or at least putting in some more regulatory guidelines for industries to be able to manage that situation and set out clear guidelines that allows fair practice.
The stats obviously slightly behind.
I'm meeting one of the industry's main spokeswomen. 47% of the UK workforce are women, and yet only 20% in your sector. Isn't that leading to bad outcomes for customers?
I think this imbalance does lead to bad consumer outcomes, and I'm pleased to report that in the last 12 months alone, we've seen gradual increase in female workforce. I mean, the more women we have in the garages and the forecourts, the more confidence we'll give consumers, not just women.
But women need to see more change at the sharp end. Otherwise, it will be the reputation of this industry that needs some long overdue repairs. Chris Troy, ITV News.